Hi, this is Talk Nerdy to Me. I'm your host, Aubrey. This is my co-host, Adam. And today, in honor of Back to the Future Day last week, we are talking about Back to the Future. Yes, another video of the things that happened and did not happen.
But great Scott,
it happened, yes. So the first thing that I think of that happened that is kind of cool but also ended up really sucking is Pepsi Perfect. They made 6,500 bottles of Pepsi Perfect, but they released it before they said they were going to release it. They released it before the Back to the Future Day, so only like insider people that knew that it was being released earlier than the midnight release got the bottles, because everyone was waiting, my brother included, at midnight to click the purchase link, and they had it like right at the purchase link, and no one got it. So everyone took to Twitter and Facebook, and all social media outlets were exploding with this whole, what the heck, Pepsi? You said it was gonna be out at midnight. And what does Pepsi do? Do they apologize properly? No, they did a hashtag sorry not sorry, and they were like, so we had a glitch, because you know, in the future computer systems just have glitches, and somehow it automatically unlocked and got released, and the people that were already waiting bought them. Okay,
the
Pepsi.
people who were already waiting being investors and employees.
Right.
So would Pepsi be in hot water or hot Pepsi?
Yeah, so a lot of people were like, man, see if I ever drink Pepsi again. Coke, you should go back in time and you be the Coke product in Back to the Future, because you would actually do it right and not screw over all your fans. But everyone was super mad. So then 3 days later, Pepsi was like, okay, we're really sorry. We heard your outcry on social media, and we'll make more and sell some more later at a determined time. And that's all that they've done.
Well, you know, a lot of things happened. I mean, everybody just absolutely blew up on Back to the Future Day. I was seeing
Facebook
newscasts. You know,
Reddit.
Marty and Doc were on Jimmy Kimmel Live.
Yes.
And
arriving in the DeLorean, like they had just shown up in the future, and they were like, so this 2015, what all's going on? Do you have flying cars? They're like, no, we have regular cars.
We got smartphones. That's pretty nice.
And he's all taking a selfie with them, and is like, yeah, a lot of people even take selfies on the toilet. They're like, that's really disgusting. He's like, no, it's not disgusting. It's great. It's normal. And I was just sitting there thinking to myself, but seriously, it's super disgusting.
So, for those who maybe, hopefully, aren't unawares, I mean, seeing as how there's so much media coverage,
how can you not
Back
be
to the
aware?
Future Part 2, they came to October, you know, just a few days ago.
October 21st, 2015.
2015, and we wanted to see what synced up with their predictions. What was right, and ultimately what they failed to predict. So the most notable ones, I guess, you know, no flying cars.
Yeah.
Right?
There are 0 flying cars. Now, I do have something to say about that, though. There is a hovering car. I can't remember. It's one of the Japanese car companies.
Because, of course.
Because Japan. But it's like a little ball egg-shaped white and black car, and it does hover off the ground about 2 feet.
I guess I haven't seen that.
It's super cool. So it's not quite a flying car.
Is it like an air pressure thing?
Kind of, yeah.
It's gotta be.
It's kind of, it's air pressure mixed with, if I remember the science on it, it was air pressure and something to do with the magnetic force of the location in the city, because they had it in downtown Tokyo.
Okay.
So it was something to do with the magnetics as well as the air pressure, but you could hear the engine like roaring on that car. And it only lifted up, you know, the 2 feet. But that's still really cool.
Progress is progress. Speaking of magnetism.
The hoverboards.
Hoverboards.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we don't have free-range hoverboards yet, unfortunately, as much as the world wants them. I know I would buy one. I would wait in line.
Save
just
take
my money.
Dollars.
Just
Shut up and take my money.
Here's my wallet. Charge whatever you want to my card.
Yeah.
Just give me a hoverboard. But they do have one kind of in development, and it's a magnetism.
Yeah, it's based on a copper surface. So the magnetic polarity of the copper surface basically pushes the hoverboard up, and it doesn't push it up very high. It's just a little bit. But the developer that made it, they did an interview with him recently. BuzzFeed, Keith from BuzzFeed went and talked to him, and they tried out the hoverboards on October 21st just for the sake of doing it. But when he talked with him, he was talking about how he has bigger ideas than just being able to be cool surfing around on your hoverboard. He is developing it as an earthquake prevention system. So he wants to uproot buildings, like to excavate underneath buildings and put the copper plates and then have a bunch of the hoverboards. And he said it would cost about $13.50 per building, basically.
Oh, wow.
But he wanted that to be there in place so that way when the earthquakes happen, there would be a release system, so they would release those so that the building wouldn't shake and it would just be where it is, and that the boards would keep everything
That would be
together.
incredible.
So that was his idea. He's like, yeah, Back to the Future started it, but this is where we want to go with it. So that's cool.
Gotta have direction, and that's an awesome direction to go.
Um,
So let's hear, what else do we have?
Well, we have the USA Today cover. They did the Back to the Future cover from the movie, and they have all the stories that were in the USA Today paper, and they also had a giant trailer poster for Jaws 19, which is the movie where the hologram shark attacked him.
The startling sequel
Yes.
to Jaws 18. That's something
this
that they got
says,
correct.
this time it's really, really, really personal. Best Jaws sequel of the year. So USA Today did release this great paper, and there are a lot of really neat stories in it. They're all done in the style that the paper was. They have coverage of the World Series where the Cubs are in it, but they are not winning.
And unfortunately, the Cubs did make it to the playoffs.
Yeah,
and
they did make it.
That's an incredible feat, especially for the Cubs.
Yeah, right.
But they did not make it to the World Series, so that is prediction wrong.
Yep.
Along with, but one baseball-related prediction they did get right was they knew, Back to the Future Part 2 knew that Miami would have a baseball team.
And they do
by
indeed
now, and
have
we
a
do
baseball
have a
team.
Miami baseball team.
They're not great, but they exist, so it's all good.
At least it's something.
And on the movie, and with the 3D hologram movie, we don't have 3D hologram movies like Jaws was.
Jaws coming out.
But we do have 3D movies, and there are holograms as well.
Yes, we got that. Handless, controllerless video games.
Yep, the Kinect.
We do have those, among other things.
Well, and the Oculus is.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
lots
it's
of
not a
virtual
thing
reality
yet,
consoles.
but it's getting there.
It's getting there. The virtual reality video gaming is coming a long way. It's very impressive, and they are moving very quickly, working on that. So,
the other thing in technology is the multi-screen, flat-screen TVs and screens that can play picture-in-picture.
And video conferencing is something that
Skype,
they thought would happen.
FaceTime. Yeah, I mean, you can get on your smartphone and FaceTime with somebody and walk around wherever you are and be like, Mom, look, I'm running a camera at the GJ Rockies game, because my friend Carly did that. So.
But a couple of things in Back to the Future that they thought were going to be still around, even more prolifically used than they are,
Than they actually
than they
are.
were even back in the 90s. Fax machines.
Which is a pretty much obsolete thing for the most part. I
they're-
mean, FedEx has one, and some hospitals
Yeah,
use
well,
those
I
for
mean,
old medical records,
yeah.
but for the most part, they're not mainstream. Like, no one has I don't have a fax machine at
And
home.
phone booths.
Yeah.
Phone booths. Where did those go? Those were all over in the movie.
Yeah, well, you know, because they didn't have cell phones, and now it's like we don't really need a
Right.
phone booth because,
Of course.
you know, I got my
big one
phone
that
booth
caught
right
my
here in my
attention
pocket.
The big one that caught my attention was what's going to be the entertainment format of the future
Yeah.
of 2015, according to Back to the Future. Laser discs.
Right. Now the only people that use laser discs are substitute science teachers when they don't want to deal with the kids. They're like, we're going to put in the B-Dance laser disc. Have fun, enjoy.
I don't even know. It would probably cost a pretty decent amount of money to go out and purchase a Laserdisc player nowadays, if you could even find it.
If you can find one. That's like finding the top-loading VHS players, which we actually do have one in the cage. But yeah, Laserdiscs went the way of VHS and 8-tracks.
Yep, and you know, it's just progress.
Yeah.
We found something better.
MP4s, Blu-ray, streaming.
Let's see here. What else did Back to the Future get right?
The automatic lace-up shoes. Nike just did their big announcement about the automatic lace-up Nike Air Mags, and they're doing. You can't buy them in stores. You're not going to be able to buy them in stores. The only way to get a pair of these is to do the Nike Air Mag auction, and I think they're starting somewhere around $1,500 a pair to $2,000. That's just the starting bid.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
for a pair of
it's a
shoes.
lot. But the cool thing that Nike's doing, and it's like, well done, Nike, is the entire earnings from the auction is going to the Michael J. Fox Parkinson Foundation.
Oh.
So Nike's not keeping any of the money. All of the money is going to him. But we've got a video of Michael J. Fox putting on the first pair of Nike Air Mags in history to be worn by a person and testing out the auto lace-up feature.
Only fitting, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
Can you feel it?
Yeah.
So before you close that strap, we can tighten it more if you want. There's buttons right here on the inside of your pant leg. There's I don't know if you can see this red one.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and press that green button there. It'll tighten.
Oh, that's insane.
And behind it is a red button. If you press that, it'll loosen it. That one there. Up a little higher. Here you go. Yeah, right there.
That's it. Wish I had some of my hockey skates.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So this first button turns the lights on, so it's yellow. It's a little hard to see. There you go.
I want to find the blue one again.
Yep, right in the middle. There you go.
That's insane.
Isn't that crazy?
So the one thing that I'm kind of sad isn't a thing is the food hydrator.
Right.
I mean, I don't care about pizzas, but I thought about all the other cool things you could hydrate. And a couple of guys did a prank on a bunch of people in Utah, actually. It was I can't remember where exactly. It was really close to Salt Lake, though. But they got a coffee shop to let them just do this joke to people, and they put a little pizza that looked just like the pizza in Back to the Future in the cookie case, and they had a hydrator that looked just like the hydrator, and people would come by and they're like, is that a cookie? Can I get that? What kind of cookie is that? And he's like, oh no, it's a pizza. So he'd pull it out and he'd pop it in the hydrator, and he's like, so with pizzas you want to hydrate to a hydrate level 4, and he said you have to tell it because it's voice activated, and they were like, okay. And so they said hydrate to level 4, and then he pops down the door and pulls out this huge pizza, and I haven't seen the behind the scenes video because they haven't released it yet, but I want to see how they did it because it was pretty legit looking and people were freaking out.
That's another thing. I definitely thought we would have food in rehydratable form by now. I mean,
we have the camping food, but you dump hot water in it and it's kind of like soupy mixture. It's not like a legit steaming great pizza. It's weird dog food looking stuff in a bag. The other thing is just like sequels to death. But, yeah.
Plenty of sequels.
Plenty of sequels. All right, well, that's all the time we have. Thanks for watching us, guys. You can check us out on our Facebook link right here. And we'll see you next time.